If your Netlify website is live, but your custom domain is not opening, the problem is your DNS setup. And in this video, I will show you how to connect your Cloudflare domain to Netlify step by step using the correct records. So if you can remember, this is the website we built together. This is the photography website, and that is how far I've brought it, to with some custom tweaks. So you can go back and watch the video if you miss out. And I deployed it on Netlify. Let me say we deployed it because we did it live. We deployed it on Netlify, and this domain is Netlify. So right now we want to connect our custom domain to it, and our custom domain is on Cloudflare. So you can go to Cloudflare, sign up for an account, and this is where I buy domains. Sometimes I buy from Namecheap. So my personal website is here, and this domain is what I'm going to use for this current project. So in this video, we are going to talk about how to connect a custom domain in Netlify, how to create CNAME records in Cloudflare. We are going to point the root domain to Netlify. We are going to connect the www version of your domain. We're going to set DNS records properly, and we are going to prepare our website for security HTTPS on Netlify. Without wasting much time, let's go ahead and start working. So when you buy your domain on Cloudflare, you just have to connect or open your domain, which is what's Bamford Exposures. So you can access your DNS records here, and you can also click here to get to this point. This is a first domain, so you can see no DNS records. So there are other ways of buying domains. If you bought a domain directly from Netlify or Vessel or any other platform or cloud, Firebase and all that, you don't need to go through the steps. But we bought it somewhere else. Sometimes you have to do that. So when you buy it from somewhere else, you have to connect it and point the DNS. Okay, so in Netlify, you go to domain management. But before we continue, let's try and get a basic understanding of what DNS means, our domain name system. So DNS is like the address book of the internet. So when you, as a browser or a user, you type in your domain on Cloudflare, the domain that you bought, when you type in your browser, your domain, the DNS looks up for the domain and look for where your website is hosted. So basically, it tries and find where your website is hosted, and it is hosted on Netlify, which is what bamfordexposure.netlify.com. But this is not the domain you are using. You are using bamfordexposure.com. So it has to be connected to the Netlify domain or account. So basically, that's what it does, and the DNS points to Netlify. Then you can find your website on Netlify, and it will be served to everyone everywhere in the world. So simple summary is you type your domain, the DNS find the correct hosting location, the browser connects to the hosting location, and your website is served to people or your users or your customers. So the DNS is simply the bridge between your domain name and your hosting website. I hope this is clear. Now we can go ahead and point our DNS properly. We are going to add a domain. When you go to your project overview, you navigate to domain management. What you have to do is add domain. So before I click that, let me go and copy the domain. Let me copy it. And as you can see, this is netlify.app. So basically, we've not connected it to Cloudflare yet. So this is how it's showing. So later we come and see how it's going to show after we've connected it. So as I said earlier, you can buy a new domain, and if you buy a domain, everything is propagated here. You don't need to connect anything. But because we didn't buy the domain from Netlify, we have to connect the DNS so that it tells users or browsers that the website or the domain we are looking for, the website is hosted on Netlify. So let's go ahead and add a new domain. And we are going to enter the domain, and we are going to verify and click on add domain. So when you click on add domain, it's going to wait till you confirm your domain. So it's pending DNS verification. You get it? So every domain that you connect, you have to confirm DNS verification only if you didn't buy it directly from the hosting server or the hosting platform. So let's go to Cloudflare and let's add our domains, our DNS. Okay, so we are going to add a CNAME. Okay, we are going to add a CNAME. So this is how we propagate or set up our DNS. So what you have to do is to add a record. Click on add record, and you are going to scroll down and find CNAME. Okay, so this is CNAME. Sometimes it will be A type, but this time we are using CNAME, and we are going to use add here, and we are going to target vanfordexposure.netlify.app. Good. And yeah, we are going to leave. We can take this out. Okay, you can take this out, and we are going to add record. We are going to leave this TTL is auto, and we are going to click on save. So what we took out, this sometimes some hosting doesn't allow this. This means your domain will pass through Cloudflare before it reaches Netlify, but when you turn it off, it means everything goes directly to Netlify. And the reason we are pointing it to this netlify.app is because this is how our website is, hosted at first. Okay, so we are going to add another record, and I'm going to go back to my chart and find the details. And as you can see, it's going to be www.netlify, .app. So we're going to copy this target, and we are going back to our domain server, and we are going to put www here, and we're going to put Netlify, and we are going to click on save. So basically what this does is it points this Vanford exposures to this domain on Netlify, which makes it work perfectly. Same as this one too, it points any www.vanford exposure to this target on Netlify. So in that sense, what we are going to achieve is, if anybody search for Vanford exposures, it goes through www.vanford exposures, it will go through https Vanford exposures, https www.vanford exposures, they all will go through. Basically, this is what it means by configuring DNS propagations. And sometimes it may take a while, but sometimes too, let's say 30 minutes should be okay, and everything should work properly. So let's go back to our hosting site and let's refresh and see if everything is propagated well. So you can see it is checking status and it's done. It didn't take a while. It's just like less than a minute or two. It's done. So this is our domain here. If we click on this domain, you can see it's now our primary domain, and this is like our subdomain. So when you click on Vanford exposures, it goes through. When you click on redirecting from www.vanford exposures, it will go through. So let's just test it out. Okay. All right, this is okay, but it means Google is saying our website is not secure. So let's go ahead and make it secure. Let's verify DNS configuration and SSL certificate. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to test our website again as well. So let's go ahead and test our website again. Yeah, so I think this side might take a while, like as I said, at least 30 minutes. But yeah, it means it doesn't change anything. You see, our website is live, our domain is active, it's working, but it's just not private yet, and it will take some time to be private. So if you are facing issues like this, no, don't worry at all. Don't panic, actually. So basically, this is how you connect a domain from a domain site. Let's say you buy it from any site. This is how you're just going to connect it to your hosting server, and it works with any other hosting platforms, SiteGround, Netlify, all of them. If this video was helpful, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. make sure you turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any other upcoming tutorials.